Looking for my bubbles. Hello. What up, friends? How are you doing? How are you, friends? There we are. Just got out of work, which I wasn't supposed to work as long, but payroll closes on Monday. And I have a 10 a.m. Cutoff time. I'm not going to use the D word. Cutoff time on Monday to submit everything, okay? The whole weekend, everything. So I had to stay longer, okay? I'm already past overtime. So tomorrow's going to be double overtime, okay? So I'm not looking forward to that. But since I work so much, the way I am able to pass the time, you know, making sure everything's good to go for billing and stuff, making sure everything's in standing order, good order, right? If we have everything, nothing will stop us from billing anybody if we do everything correctly, okay? And I don't like to hear from nobody trying to correct my work, okay? So, anyways, to pass the time, I watch things. And today I watch the Netflix, I guess it's like a documentary. It's 3 episodes, Laci Peterson. And sorry about that. It's Laci Peterson, American Murder, Laci Peterson. It's a series on Netflix, and this time around, I think it was just released on the 18th, right? I don't know, was that this year or last year? I don't know, but it's top 10 right now, so I'm assuming it's just recently released, or it might have been last year. Now that I think about it, I don't know, but it's top 10 right now for some reason. Now, I wanted to discuss it. Okay, I believe the murder happened back in 2004, and there's a few things that we just don't know still about this case. Yes, her husband, Mr. Peterson, was he was convicted, and I believe he was on death row, or they overturned it. So Scott is his name. The way it happened, it's a lot very similar to the whole Frederick, Colorado, Shanann. It's very similar, just different. Similar but different. So Scott and Laci were married for about 4 years, and this was back again 2004. Where were you back then in 2004? Do y'all remember? I remember when this story broke. I was at work, and it was just on the news all the time. And she was in her 20s. They were happily married, and they were expecting a baby boy. And Laci was very excited. And one thing that I found out from the documentary that I did not know is that every year Laci used to have a Christmas party every year, like a huge Christmas party, because that was like her thing. That was her holiday, and she used to always have them. But that particular year, and if you remember, Laci passed away, or was murdered on the 24th, is when they're guessing, which is a shame. So that year they did not have the party. I'm assuming they assume, like the Peters, like Laci's family, the Roaches, that they assumed maybe because she was pregnant and she was going through a lot or whatever, it was too much for her. Because she was towards the end of her pregnancy already. Baby was about, I think she was due in February. And so that year was the first year she hadn't thrown her Christmas party, which I did not know. I did not know that. So, another thing is, what was the reason? Like, why would he murder her? Yes, we know he had a mistress. We know that. And he was living like a double life. But was it an argument? I mean, I always wonder, like in my mind, maybe she found out, because he was living this double life, and come on, we're women here. I mean, women. I mean, we suspect everything. I'm not sure if she was working at the time or anything like that, So maybe she had some suspicion and maybe asked him about it or something. Or was it because Amber, I believe on December 9th, the day he bought the boat, was when he told Amber that he was previously married, but he lost his wife. So that was in December. So I wonder, was there like suspicion at all by Laci? Or what was it? Was it a fight, or was it just because the jig was up? Like people were going to find out, you know, about the love affair. And then the baby was around the corner. And in this documentary, it shows that he didn't really want to be a father. He didn't want children for a long time. And Laci did want children. And Laci used to express to her family that, oh, he doesn't want children. He doesn't want any. And then all of a sudden, one day, he just decides that he wants children. So how that happened, I'm not too sure. But before they were, this whole thing happened, before she got pregnant, like they were still acting like if they were newlyweds. So I think that is crazy. Like, even with the Chris Watts case, like how they can be so in love, like newlyweds, right? Because Shanann and Chris were as well, and then just change into like this whole different person. Like it's just crazy how that happens. And I think that's when stories like that happen. I think that's what draws us to the stories, to be honest with you. But I hear that not Chris's family, I'm sorry, Scott's family is, still defending him. They still don't believe that it was him because he's never admitted to anything. He's never admitted to killing her or anything like that. He's always denied it. And his family is still, sticking beside him and still saying that he's innocent. And they believe that it was the person who broke into the house across the street when she was still missing, which is a possibility. It is a possibility, but I don't know. Like, it's just, there wasn't a whole lot of evidence that did show that he was. I mean, there's a lot of things showing, okay, he's a cheater. He's a cheetah and he's a liar, okay? But to have hard, like, evidence that he did something to her, I really don't think there's any. I really don't think there's any. And as much as they were involved in this whole story, like the police, they were alerted pretty early on, and there was a whole, like, it was everywhere. You would think that there would be some sort of evidence that he did, like more like firm evidence, that there's without a shadow of a doubt, So we shall see what's going to happen. And like every other fucking killer out there, they have groupies. This guy has groupies. Scott has groupies, which is crazy. I believe he might have remarried. I want to say I heard that like a few years ago. And to me, that's freaking crazy. Well, obviously, those people think that he's innocent, right? Innocent, even though he's been convicted. But let's say one day he does get out, What if they find something that just, overturned everything? Like, look at Gypsy Rose. Look at Gypsy Rose. She's out here living a fabulous life, okay? And we know what she did, even though she didn't physically do it. She's out here. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. And I remember when Laci's family, was sticking beside Scott in the beginning, and they really didn't believe that he would do something like that because he was part of the family. And that is some craziness. But I thought it was a good documentary. I want more, though. It was only 3 episodes, and I don't know if now they're going to flip it and do the other side, like, or maybe they already did. I don't know. I was just at work, and I was like, what can I watch today? And I just like searched true crime on Netflix, and that's what came up. That was the first thing I saw. So I need to see if there's anything, just to see like the other side. I'm not saying I'm on anybody on the other side. I'm just to get like their version of events, because I learned some new things in this documentary, which I thought I knew everything about this, or a lot of everything in this story. But the fact that this dude, like, I don't know, I mean, there's more versions, right? And another thing I was thinking, okay, so she was walking the dog, right? And there were several, Laci was walking their dog, and there was like several witnesses that saw her, right? But it's crazy, like, how many people saw her and confirmed they saw her, but like, but it doesn't line up, or I don't know, it's just crazy. And I know me, if I were to see like a crime happen, I would not remember it. Like, I would be like, I believe it was this day or this day, and I'd be off like by a week. I already know it. I already know it. So the fact that people can remember years back is craziness to me. So yeah. Anyway, so I just wanted to see what y'all are doing out here and go ahead and let you know, if you didn't know already, that American Murder is pretty good. The one about Laci Peterson. I'm gonna go poke around and see what else I can see, what else I can watch, and yeah. Anyway, so if you're looking for something to look for, you like the true crime, that's what you can watch. Anyways, I hope y'all have a good Saturday and y'all stay out of trouble. Bye bye.